Ladies and gents, we are back with We've Got Hostiles. I'm Dano, and you'll be following along with all of my Half-Life endeavors as we journey through this 5th chapter of Half-Life. I'm back, yet again. We're at We Got Hostiles. We got a crowbar. We just saw this poor soul run into that little trip mine there. And this poor soul be eaten by a zombie in a vent. But we're here, and we've arrived, and we know what our objectives are. We know that we have to get to the surface, and now, unfortunately, we know that the people who supposedly were going to rescue us are, in fact, murdering our faces. So yeah, we walk off of the elevator into this. Actually, interesting. I'm curious. Can I go back? Is this a thing? No. Had to check. I was curious. Never tried to. I never really tried to go back ever in any chapter, but I think you could in some spots. Anyway, we're here. We, for the first time in the game, see the HEV charger, and they put it right next to the first aid charger, which is a very good indication, along with it being very brightly lit, that we can, in fact, interact with it. And we know that we're in a hazardous environment suit, so it makes a lot of sense that you got a little person on there to indicate that, yes, in fact, we can use this for an armor charge. It's little stuff like this that you don't think about too much in video game design, but I think that this is something that really helps the player understand what they're supposed to do and what this is. We've established what the first aid things do, and we've now, by putting this next to this, it seems so simple, I know, but like that's sometimes what you need to do to make people understand how to interact with pieces of your environment. Makes a lot of sense. We also have this very big silo door, and when this guy came running in here, he said, for God's sakes, open the silo doors, they're coming for us, etc., etc. So that's a pretty good indication that we have to get out through this door, and we're going to see if that comes to fruition. We see a giant silo access button there. Again, if we didn't speak English, we would have no idea what that says, but maybe we could piece together that the letters sort of look the same as that, as they do there. So silo access is the big giant button we have to push. We see a shotgun here, even further indication that we have to get in here because we need to grab these this loot and another first aid thing inside there. And we can try to break this, but it doesn't work. For some reason it sparks. Apparently metal on glass is a sparking thing. Again, so inconsistent. And a security door that is locked with a very loud and obnoxious lock sound. So right here is a weird little gameplay thing. I don't know exactly why they did this, but it tells you to break the glass in case of fire. But if you do that, you can't get back. I'm pretty sure that's how these work, and I've gotten stuck a few times on these, and I've also crushed myself on these doors. They do kill you. So if I break this, the door's going to start shutting. And I think we fail. And perhaps you can press this again. You must be able to press it again. Maybe I was just too stupid in my younger years to know what to do here. But I thought that when I shut this, it actually locked me in here. Maybe I was too stupid to realize I could just... Yeah, I can press the button. I know for sure that I got stuck here once, and I was probably 12 years old when that happened, so it makes sense. We now have a... I just wanted to listen to the thing there. It said military personnel, something about extreme force, so we know what we're up against. A lot of foreshadowing here. Obvious foreshadowing. I like the green stripe on the wall here, too. It's just a little different texture than what we've seen. There's a lot of concrete in this level, which we'll see as we walk through it. And we start also seeing these green boxes, which is indication of the military presence here. We find military loot in those things. They've set up little areas where there's like loot stashes that are green and sort of bring your eye to them. Here's where we first see the tripwires. We just now saw this blue tripwire here is what kills this guy, but now we see these red tripwires, and they look a little different. I don't know, I think the first time I played this I probably ran right through thinking it was going to blow me up, but there's no way around this, and this forces you to realize that when you cross the red wires, it will trigger this turret, which you can't really see behind this fence, but that's what happens. I will show you what happens there. I think, I don't know what the best way to handle this. Probably a pistol. So if you crouch here, you can see the turret does work on the enemies. but it also will wreck your own face. But if you stay out of line of sight, you can't get shot by it. There we go. I think a well-timed grenade would have worked there. We see the first sign of what we're up against, and I have mixed feelings about this, honestly, because I kind of wish the first time we saw a military personnel person like this, a military soldier, we would have actually been able to fight them. But in fact, we come across a dead one first, which is kind of a weird decision to make. I think it kind of takes away a little bit of the suspense, because you don't know what these guys are going to look like, what weapons they'd be carrying, or anything like that. But it kind of just ruins it for you by having his weapon on the ground here and a dead body. I'm going to break open these things. For some reason, they're making noise like it's metal. Really strange discrepancies here. Being careful not to break the giant explosive ones. Very obvious what will happen if I do that. There's certain areas in this game where if you break small boxes like this, it will stop you from getting to high to reach places like this. I don't think this is one of them, obviously, but there's definitely some certain secret areas in this game, and I'll see if I can find them and call them out when I do. That if you break the boxes accidentally or on purpose, it denies you access to some goodies. You know what, let's just do this. What I do like about Half-Life 2 is that they changed the mechanic of the boxes, and I think I started to mention this in a previous episode, that, oh yeah, this spawns a few, I remember now. There we go. Oh, one more. I don't think it's an infinite spawn, I think it's just 3. I forgot what I was going to say. In a previous episode, I was talking about something. I've forgotten. I don't know what that was. Carry on. So another thing with these in case of fire break glass thingers here, they will break to explosions, not just the crowbar. So you can accidentally trap yourself in when you don't mean to. I can do this. I can crouch under here. This one looks like I shouldn't be able to crouch under it, but I can. I just have to be aware of that when I come running backwards, that I'm not going to nail myself, trip over that. I think the shotgun is one of the best weapons to fight these with. It's real handy. Alright, 1 hit point back. I really wish I could remember what I was going to say over here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that was. But we'll just keep going. I just want to come back to this ammo. Maybe I'll go back and listen to the recording and add it in. I'll mention it at the start of the next chapter. How about that? Next, whatever it was at the start of the next video, I will go back to that and explain what that was. This is a little secret area that it took me a really long time to figure out, and I might miss it. I don't really remember how to get in here. I think it's a vent situation. We'll have to come back to that, but I can't get in. It's supposed to be a little cafeteria area. I really like this checkered floor, and this is something I forgot to mention in Office Complex. Oh, maybe this is how it is? Can I use this somehow? I'm probably doing this wrong, and you guys are screaming at your computer. I just got hung up on this cockroach. I just step on it. Is this how to do it? I still don't think I can fit here. No. I can't break this. I forgot to mention in Office Complex that I really like this checkerboard pattern. It's it kind of indicates like habitation, I guess. I don't know, human environments, like a kitchen or office area. It's just a cool texture. I like that. This is also locked. I'm gonna have to figure out. I think it's the vent. I think this is your hint right here that the vent will bring you into that room. But we have to keep going to figure out where that is. Alright, so hazardous machinery, we know we have that. We also have some things here. Grenades work pretty well with these turrets. There we go. Oh yeah, this guy. I forgot to mention that this is, of course, the MP5. I'm not a big fan of this weapon. I think that they could have done a lot better job with it. As far as just the feel of it. I think it's nice and punchy, like when my screen punch is nice when I shoot it like that. I I don't really like the sound of it. It takes a lot of hits to kill someone on the medium and hard difficulty levels. Not the biggest fan of it, I'm gonna be totally honest. I think they could have made it sound a little beefier. Maybe that would help. And then if you use the HD pack, there's another turret behind there. If you use the HD pack, it turns it into an M16, which is really strange. But the M16 does make a little bit more sense than the MP5 because I don't think in any real-world MP5 you can fit a underbarrel grenade launcher, which is the alternate fire of this weapon. I don't have any grenades, that's why it clicks, but I'm not really sure what they were going for. It's kind of a weird decision. It's very iconic, I think, as far as the Half-Life universe, but and then there's going to be more head crabs, I think, that spawn here. But I don't really have fun with this weapon so much. It's the same as the pistol, it does the same damage, it's just way less accurate, and it doesn't shoot very fast, and I think the shotgun's way more fun to use. There's going to be some head crabs here, yeah, there we go. Ooh. Maybe another one, not sure. Yeah, so we see a lot of this military boxes. This is a little jumping puzzle. We get up here and now we can't go back. And we just have to keep pressing forward. And we know that these will trigger something. We don't know what necessarily will be triggered. Oh my god. A lot of them. But we couldn't try to avoid them. Nope, that didn't work. Oh well. It might actually be triggering the ones over there, in case you somehow manage to get by without them seeing you. If you remember back in the freezer, I was talking about that ice, that little slippery spot on the floor. This is more of that, and this caution wet floor sign indicates that. I don't think in any world that this physics would actually happen, but I don't know. It's kind of an interesting thing that they did. I noticed the thing slides a lot more, and as I step onto it, my momentum carries me forward. And the intent here is this little puzzle that will cause me to trigger this tripwire as I walk into this water puddle, thus triggering the turret and having it basically wreck my face. Oh look, there's a scientist there. I don't think I've ever seen that. Oh, they're just gonna run through there and blow up, I'm sure. Let's watch. Let's see if I can get through here without dying. Oh, well, I didn't want that to happen. Let's back up and see if they have any dialogue for us. Oops, wrong button. Can I walk past this thing without it triggering?
Greetings.
Greetings. Oh, the G-Man's up there. I've never noticed that. I think I've sort of broken a scripted sequence here because I think they're supposed to get shot.
Some alien subterfuge behind this failure? I am not at all sure.
He doesn't have anything to say. Interesting.
The military.
Maybe I have seen the G-Man up there. It's just I don't remember that.
Rumor, isn't it?
Don't remember that. Weird.
Still say there's nothing to chaos theory.
I think these guys are just destined to die. Let's see if I can get by and save them.
Well.
Oh! Nope. Let's go back and just do this. Sorry guys, you're just gonna have to die. Oh! Oh, that is hilarious. Apparently, grenades get stuck on the tripwires. look at that. Let's see if I can do it again. Maybe I just hit it so perfectly. I must have hit that so perfectly that the grenade stuck on the tripwire. Crazy. Pretty sure this is just insta-death down there. Yeah. Blast door. Yeah, I must have been really stupid. Must have been a friggin' idiot. Not figure out that. Press the button, walk through. Yeah, I guess the G-Man always was there. Interesting. I just remembered what I was gonna say. I just remembered it. It was about breaking things, keeping you on your toes. In Half-Life 2, they changed the crowbar mechanics so that it's just one hit for your supply boxes, and you don't have to stand here going until the thing breaks. Because what's the point of that? It's just stupid. That's what I was gonna say. Not even that interesting. Sorry for hyping that up. But yeah. I don't know, nothing really exciting to say about this area. We've got a lot of concrete. I think this is just a dead end. It's sort of a weird architecture. I don't think this is some kind of area that would exist in real life. Say if you're unloading supplies or something, that's what it looks like. We are a storage area. I guess you would put supplies under here, but why would there be all these ladders and catwalks? Doesn't make sense. And also this freight elevator that will just lead you to your death. I don't know where that would go. Maybe to the office complex, but... I might have missed the vent, but maybe not, because we keep seeing this vent go across. I think that's sort of a hint that you can get inside it. Let's find out. Let me hear the chatter. I love the chatter of the enemies. The guards in Half-Life 2, not as exciting. Like the civil protection team and all that stuff. They tried to duplicate the radio announcer's voice and the chatter of the Combine, but it's not as interesting as the...
Rescued at last. Thank God you're here.
Not as exciting as the enemies. Look at the bullets coming out of his backpack. High quality stuff there. Look out. Got him. Yeah, again, if it wasn't obvious, let's just rub it in your face a little more. There's gonna be these guys attacking our friends. What happened to his neck? It's backwards. Alright. Can't go that way. This is the way I gotta go. Cool freight elevator, cool sounds. Going back up. Which is good, because we know we have to go to the surface. We're getting there. We're on our way. Some more of this. Scientists running for help. I'm with the science team, don't shoot me. Yeah, see, this is just not satisfying. It takes way too many hits. Maybe it's just too inaccurate? I don't know. It's like, I'm gonna keep shooting. I'm dead on him, but I'm missing somehow. Maybe it's like every couple bullets does nothing. I don't know. They give you a ton of ammo for it. And they do give you a sneak option here. This is kind of cool. If you don't want to go guns blazing, you do have a little bit of an option to take this side route. Which is something that I think games are just starting to do, implementing stealth tactics. You could crouch behind here, walk around, but I don't have any silenced weapons, so I'm still going to end up dying, sorry, not dying, but attracting attention as soon as I start lighting up a guy. The crossbow is, I think, silenced in this game, but it doesn't come until the later portions of the intro. More health there. You can tell I'm super powerful. I don't need anything. Easy mode is real easy to not die, unless you walk into fan blades for 70 hit points. Now we're back here, and oh look, still with the stupid barnacles. Forget, there's aliens too. You don't really have to shoot them, but if I was saving my ammo, I probably wouldn't, but it's fun to shoot things. I enjoy it. I think if I fall down there, I will insta-die, even though it's not that far down. Let's test that theory. Yeah. It's just a hot spot on the floor that's like insta-death. Because for some reason, then they decided to make this a catwalk. And I don't know why, but they did. Look at how our ceilings are really high and our catwalks are catwalky. I don't know. Bit of a situation here with the tripwires. I think if these blow, they trigger something. Not positive on that. Let's double check. Maybe I'm thinking of a different point of the game. Yeah, no. I'm out of grenades because I wasted them all. Oh, whoops. These turrets can see you from a long way away. Not that far though. There we go. I'm not going to go down there yet. I'm going to go over here. This is, for me, one of the more memorable parts of Half-Life. Weird crates that are hanging from the ceiling, industrial storage area, fighting these grunts for the first time. I don't know, it sticks with me. I think it's the architecture of the area and how it's memorable that you're fighting them for the first time. I can attract that guy's attention or not. I'm gonna just scoot into here. And if I remember, there is an enemy to shoot up ahead. some boxes. I don't think I even need anything. Again, the military crates, these, what do you call these things? Conveyor belts. The red lighting. I don't know, all of this just makes me remember this area pretty well. I don't know exactly what it is. I think it's all the stuff I mentioned combined. Usually there's a guy behind you. Yeah, it's almost better off using your pistol against these guys. It takes way less hits. And I don't know if I must have missed the vent to enter into that area I was talking about way at the beginning, or maybe I haven't gotten to it yet, but I feel like I missed it. Let's follow that. Just duck through here. I think that's what you have to do. These idiot scientists still haven't gotten the memo that these guys are going to shoot the faces. Wow, I'm surprised I saved him. I think he runs up the staircase and gets eaten by a bar. Oh, nope, that guy does.
Don't shoot! I'm with the science team!
Oh, chompy. When you trigger the enemies, you can hear them over the radio, just saying, let's go find him, blah, blah, blah. That's just your cue that someone's after you. Yeah, this is no fun. Like, see what I mean? This is just like, yeah, not exciting. I don't know why this is a thing. I don't know why they did it that way, but they did. This guy's probably still hungry. Take him out. I end up just shooting the boxes because it's just easier. Double barrel shotgun doesn't break the box. I don't even need any of this stuff. We're just gonna keep going. They give you so much ammo in this level, it's crazy. I also think they have helmets on. You can see that sparking. I think that protects them from the headshot damage. But like, that's 100 rounds right here. And I can only carry 40 more. I'm maxed out. It's gonna keep going. Lots and lots of concrete. Everything's concrete and metal in this environment. So, as far as trivia, I couldn't really find anything exciting. I tried to do a little bit of research beforehand. There was just some facts about the alpha, but there was nothing really important. It was just kind of things like what this level used to be. Oh, they throw grenades at me, apparently. So nothing exciting. This is just the player's first interaction with the Marines, and of course fighting groups of enemies, kind of like we did in Office Complex with the Vortigaunts. They also throw grenades at you, which is a new mechanic. And these guys, so here's a fun fact I think I can share about the enemies here. I think the ones with the red berets are coded to be the squad leaders, and that makes sense based on their outfits. And I'm pretty positive, and I could be wrong, you'll notice where I am now, that's where I went into the conveyor belt area. Now I'm back up top. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the AI was coded so that if you take out the red beret enemies first, the rest of the squad will run away from you, scared, because their leader just got taken out. So if you shoot this guy first, they usually will run away or seek an alternate way to take you out and kind of fall back a little bit. It's kind of an interesting mechanic that they added. I still feel like I missed the entrance to that vent, but it's been a little while since I played, so let's figure it out. So the military is moving into the facility. They're killing everyone associated with this experiment. Now we're moving up to the surface, and it's not even much better up here. We can get out, and this is our first look at life out of the Black Mesa walls. And unfortunately, if I remember correctly, you actually don't get a lot of time outside in this section. Pretty much go right back down inside the facility. Like, that should not happen. Like, this is... I really don't like this weapon. It's just not fun to shoot. Like, why is it taking me so long to shoot them when I'm pointing right at their faces? I might die here. That's embarrassing. I'm better off just running and gunning, I think. This is us. Osprey is going to keep dropping more guys like that. And it's also going to keep shelling like that. I'm just going to keep going. I could go back for the supplies, but it's not really worth it. I think it might collapse. I can't remember. It's going to keep going. Yeah, it collapsed, so I can't get back out. But later on in the game, we're going to go outside a whole lot more. And of course, the famous outside section of Zen. Or should I say, infamous. Very controversial. Not a lot of people like it. So here's the breaking of the ceiling tiles there, and it's going to start dropping enemies on me. I think shotgun might be the way to go here. And I think up is the wrong way to go, and I have to keep going down. I've died a whole lot of times. Whole lot of times here. This is a little bit tricky to navigate. Oh, yep, should have died there. I always got stuck here, and they would keep sending more and more troops. I think they're constant, endless flow of enemies that come down. This is the tricky part here with these tiny little ledges and this fan. The amount of vents that you end up crawling through in this game is just comical, for real. This might be where I'm thinking. Yeah, here's the vents. Here we go. There's a couple different ways to go, and I think I can break each of these. Let me save, because I don't want to... If I break this and I can't get past it. No, not there. Maybe it's just the openings. Let's drop out of the first one and see where this is. Yeah, right here. Here we go. Here's some supplies. And you'll notice, look, circular. I'm back to where I was. This is where the head crabs were spawning in. And I killed those turrets, and I saw the dead enemy for the first time and got the machine gun. Pretty cool. But now I'm accessing places where I couldn't access before. I'm going to keep going on this path, and we're going to circle back around. But, oh, here's where it is. This must be it. This must be it. Right here. Man, it takes you a really long time to get all the way back around. And it's very easy to miss if you don't go down the right pipe. Dead guy in the freezer. Nothing else. Must have just been hiding in there. That's just kind of a little fun thing. I don't know. You stumble on these little scenes like this, and Half-Life does an okay job, but games like the BioShock series do an incredible job at this. You stumble on these little stories where it's like this guy was scared, so he ran from the kitchen area over here and like locked himself in the freezer, but then maybe he died because he froze to death in there. BioShock is so good at that, and if that on top of the audio diaries that you find throughout the game really bring the world to life. It's one of my favorite things to do in the BioShock series is to go through the whole thing, check all the little corners of everything, read all the notes, and listen to all of the commentary in the audio diaries.
I killed 12 dumbass scientists and not one of them fought back.
This sucks. Yeah, I like how the AI is kind of smart here. Like, he didn't just stand there and wait for me to shoot him. That's kind of a new thing as far as games in this era. But all of this is just for supplies. A lot of vents, very mazy, very easy to get lost. And what I tend to do is use that head crab that I killed as sort of a placeholder or a way to remember which direction I came from. So this is not the right vent. I went through all of this. And I think when I came in, I turned right to shoot him, so I'm going to go back this way and go up this other vent. And if you don't know where to go, this is really confusing and really annoying because you could pick the wrong one over and over again and walk all the way to the end before you realize it. And waste a ton of time. And this is also a really stupid puzzle. This is just annoying to get through. I think what I want to do is try this side. Yeah. To try to climb up or down that ladder is pretty much impossible. I might need to have to go back up it at some point. So it is doable, but it's just really annoying. Back here again, and if I had looked up at this time, I would have seen all this supplies. Just that, all of that just for some shotgun shells, which I don't need. One of the other things that I just thought of with the HD pack is that along with changing the weapon sounds, along with changing the models of the weapons like the MP5, it also changed the sound. So it changes it to an M16, and you get a lot more powerful sound out of it, but the damage is still the same, so it's almost like even more annoying. That now my weapon sounds really badass, it looks badass, but then it still does the same amount of damage as this stupid MP5 does now. Some of the weapons in this game are just fantastic and so much fun to use, but other ones, I don't know, they just sort of missed the mark for me. And this is an odd dead-end vent. It's kind of strange. This would never happen in real life. Well, maybe it would, I guess. What am I? I'm not an HVAC expert. But this is that vent that's over the silo doors. Remember where I came in and I was talking way too long about this stupid HEV charger? This is just that vent over there. So it kind of shows you that you can get into it, but you don't need to go into it because you just come out right here.
Well, so much for the government. Their idea of containment is to kill everyone associated with the project. Judging from your hazard suit, I'd say you were part of what went wrong. Isn't that right? Now look, if anyone can end this catastrophe, it's the science team in the Lambda complex at the opposite end of the base. With the transit system out, I couldn't tell you how to get there. But there's an old decommissioned rail system somewhere through here,
Great.
Beyond the silo complex. If you can make it through the rocket test labs, you might be able to worm your way through the old tunnels to track down whatever's left of the Lambda team. You can trust them. You can trust all of us. Good luck.
Thanks. Yeah, we made it through, and that was one of the times when we were kind of, in a way, locked in this room with this guy. We weren't locked, we could actually run out, but it does put him right in your face. He starts talking immediately as soon as you get out. Tells you that there's an old abandoned rail system. Spoiler alert, it's one of the worst parts of this game. It's awful. On a Rail is the name of the chapter. It's coming up in a couple rounds. So yeah, and now we found that we're inside this security booth. We smash that silo access button, and we move on to the new area. So all of that, and we talked about it in the last episode, all of the circular level design of Office Complex doesn't stop at Office Complex. It's here too. They dangle the carrot right in your face. They present the goal at the very beginning and say, here you go. Continue on this way, and then eventually you'll end back and it'll all make sense and you'll be able to access this area that you previously could not. Level design was pretty straightforward back then, and here we are into Blast Pit. And I think this is a great spot to stop. We're at about 33 minutes, so that's pretty cool, right on time. It looks like these chapters seem to be about 30 minutes, which is real nice for my schedule here. We're going into this system. They said old abandoned railway. This is what that is, I think, at the beginning, and On a Rail is coming up shortly after. I think these take a lot of hits to get through, or maybe this doesn't, I have to jump over it. Yeah, we're just going to give you a sneak peek at what's coming up next and what that splashing noise is. That is a bull squid being pissed off at these head crabs. So we made it through the hostiles, into the blast pit, and we see these big open environments. This really reminds me of Quake. Like this structure right here, this is very Quake-like. No surprise, it's, as I mentioned, this is modeled on the Quake engine. But I like the use of the big open environments. It really tells you how big this facility is, and we've gone over this a whole bunch of times, but I can repeat myself. This is, yeah, this is where we will end. One more quick thing. I always remember this room, too. Because of him. And because of this. Perfect way to end this episode. Awesome. Thanks for joining me, guys, and check back real soon. I'll be off to my blast pit If you like what you see, smash that like button. Smash that subscribe button. Leave me a comment. I haven't responded to the comments yet, but I am getting to them. A couple of you people have had really good insight. Tell me where I missed things, like when I missed the light switch in the electrocuting flooded room in Office Complex. Let me know of the little stuff like that, because I really enjoy the back and forth and sharing my thoughts with you guys as I play one of my absolute favorite games of all time. Until next time, thank you guys, and I'll catch you later.